Hello guys, and welcome to a new Steel Division video today by me, Vulcan. Today I have for you a 4 vs 4 on Pegasus Bridge, and in this one I'm going to be using the Guard's Armoured division, which is quite a change to normal, that's for sure. I'm playing with Val, Romanius, and Mbets. So this was a open sort of 4v4. Val and Bets obviously were playing with me. Romanius was a random who joined the team, and then we were playing against obviously our opponents who are using the 3rd Fallschirmjäger, 12th SS Panzer, 116th Panzer, and there's another 12th SS Panzer in there. Val's going to be playing the 3rd Canadian Infantry, Romanius is going to be using the 15th Scots Division, and we're going to be seeing Bets on the 3rd Armoured. So quite a lot of armour on the side of the Allies this time round, and it certainly turned out to be a very nice game. I'm just going to put it to my perspective, and we can talk through the strategy in this one. So Romanius chose the left side. We are going to see Val take the town. He was delegated that after I chose the sort of centre, sort of middle area. And then Betts is going to be taking the right side with this long old tree line, which really does cause some issues sometimes. It's quite annoying. Either way, that's basically our setup. So in this one, you're likely to see the different sort of infantry that the Guards Armour can get. I think this is possibly my first game since they were changed quite a lot. So I will be bringing in a lot of these half tracks. And then you're also going to be seeing the 6-pounders. And I've got some Vickers HMGs and of course, obviously Command Infantry. Val's going to be pushing the town with his Stormtroopers, the Vickers HMGs and Recon. We're going to be seeing on the left side a Churchill 5 opener with Romanius. And a Honey there as well. So quite a lot of armour to start with, a lot less infantry. Then over on the right side, Betts has to rely on armoured rifles in half tracks alongside a couple of AT weapons, some recon. He's also starting with an M4A1 and an M5A1, so another quite high armoured start there. So if I just speed it up, we can get the rest of our units down, and I'll talk through the rest of what I was going to do, and I can show you guys the unit orders. I really wanted to start the game with basically quite a Cromwell heavy start, but I knew that there is two 12th SS Panzers we're fighting against and the 116th Windhund, so that doesn't really leave me many options other than to focus more on infantry and long-range engagements, because the Beuter Cromwell, or the Beuter Firefly specifically, is really a large counter to armour heavy decks in the early phases, and since they have two 12th SS Panzer players, it's very risky, especially playing in the middle of the map, for me to try and play with Cromwells early on. So I decided to go more infantry heavy, and you can see I'm instead going to be deploying quite heavily on the sort of road here basically, and I'm going to be pushing up a motorised rifle to this house. Motorised rifles have a Piat, so anything that comes down this road will get ambushed by them. Then I've dropped off a 6-pounder, so it has line of sight down the road. Then I've got a motorised rifle leader to keep up the veterancy. I'm also bringing up a motorised rifle to run up to this sort of area here, this orchard, if I can get away with it. I've also got a universal carrier with some scouts for the centre. And you can see here I've got a Cromwell 6 with a Dingo, waiting to take on any AT guns we spot, but I haven't seen any yet. My AT gun is dropped off, however, 6-pounder here. Going to be sitting straight on the road, having a go. Starting to fire at the Beuter Cromwell. Over on the right side, Betts is pushing up all the way to that tree line, and I'm just starting to spread out my stuff here. I'm going to see the 6-pounder continue to fire at the Beuter Cromwell. Motorised rifles are being pinned down by the 2-3-4-1. So there's a big old punch in the front line here, which is currently giving us the 52% lead. Over on the left side, Romanis taking out a sniper squad there very easily. And my 6-pounder is still having a go at taking out this Beuter Firefly. And the main reason this wasn't doing very well was because of veterancy. So you can see I've actually fast moved my Dingo down the road here and up behind the 6-pounder, because I want the 6-pounder to get the veterancy to be able to kill the Firefly. Or at least try. Here I'm using the Cromwell fire position to kill off the Pack 38. And that's pretty much all that's happening at the moment. All of these units over here, I haven't really moved since the beginning of the game. But since I've made this guy have 1 star, he does kill off a half-track. And I'm also going to have him try and take on another half-track and maybe the 2-3-4-1 here. Bolshevik is surrendered in the town. Val's been doing a pretty nice job here with his stormtroopers. I'm not entirely sure why, but his opponent was smoking, and that actually gives his stormtroopers the engagement range they want, so that was really nice. Universal carrier is going to go down in the middle to the Firefly. So this 6-pounder's having a go at the 2-3-4-1. This thing has like 3 front armor, and it was bouncing multiple shots from an 11 AP gun. This thing had 92% penetration as far as I can remember, and for some reason it just wouldn't penetrate that recon car. But it does definitely penetrate a half-track, so it gets rid of that very easily, and I'm just waiting for the kill shot onto that half-track now. And that's already quite a lot of damage done to the opponents. You can see I've brought back my half-track slightly here. They did try and sort of Nebelwerfer or Panzerwerfer this area. So, fortunately, my motorized rifles weren't forced out of the building, but I basically fell back my half-track so that if any infantry comes through the trees here, then I can just mow them down with all these half-tracks. Finally, the recon car goes down. You can see how many shots that took. Cromwell 6 was under fire from the Firefly, and Val stormtroopers still going for the push across the field here, supported by a Ram 2. Scharfschütze going to be opening up onto Val's universal carrier, and we're going to see the engagement continue on the left side for Romanius. Betts is trying to push through the tree line here. AT gun is going to go down. All this fire support, this being the Windhund player, he has 3-star half-tracks, and they're going to pin down this infantry very quickly. The 259 also doing a significant amount of damage. The 259 there provides the lethality alongside that machine gun. So he's got to fall back his armoured rifles now.
He's burning.
And these armoured rifles got taken down in the open thanks to the Pack 38 that's been hiding in this tree line. So the opponent's using a 223 command car alongside the Pack 38 to provide the veterancy it needs to take out the armoured rifles on the move. We're going to see the 6-pounder still taking shots. It's going to be firing at the Panzer II here. We're going to see a mortar come in and pin that down. Dingo's providing the veterancy to all of these units where I can. We also have 2 6-pounders moving up in the centre to take on the Firefly and the Panzer II as well. Or at least just force them back and stop them from harassing us so much. And since my Cromwell 6 is completely useless in the centre of the map, I'm actually going to fast move it to the right side to help Betts push through this tree line. Because Betts losing his half-tracks that were carrying his armoured rifles is quite a big deal. It means that he's lacking a lot of fire support here. So the Cromwells will be perfect for that, and that's why I'm bringing them up. I'm just very wary of this AT gun that's hanging out on the left side of the tree line. So that's why I'm going to be bringing up a 25-pounder, and that's going to be hopefully helping me get rid of that. I am constantly being hit by Nebelwerfers or Panzerwerfers. Let's just find out exactly what that is so I can call it the right thing throughout the game. It is indeed a Panzerwerfer. And these Panzerwerfers, you can see they are bringing up a second one here, Marok, at the start of the game. It's going to constantly be harassing us with those. Val 6-pounder taking half a barrage from one of them. So one of our opponents does end up leaving. This is actually the guy in the centre. He was having connection problems, I think, and just disconnected. So the AI is going to be taking over the armour in the middle, and myself and Val were anticipating that they would push us really hard, like the AI would. So they're actually advancing on us with this Firefly and the Panzer II now. On the right side, Betts' mortar and AT gun are going to get taken out by a Panzerwerfer again. And this was pretty much the story of the game. A lot of our advancement was hampered by these Panzerwerfers, and it was really quite a difficult game because of those. So By the way, my 6-pounder's just waiting on return fire for anything to get close. You can see my Cromwell 5 be hit by the Boiter Cromwell here. We're going to try and move my Boiter Cromwell up to maybe get in range, but again, got to be careful of this AT gun and make sure that doesn't have the range to take out my Cromwell too. So this is a 1000 meter Cromwell, so I'm just going to be remaining slightly out of range of that throughout the game. Bringing in some command unit here. This is a command infantry just to give the command to the 25-pounder. Just so that that fires a little quicker and I'm able to use it to provide fire onto the AT gun at some point. I'm not entirely sure where it is, otherwise I'll probably fire position it with the Cromwell 6. So I'm just using the Cromwell 6 at the moment to pin down their Boiter Cromwell. But Betts is going to be coming forwards with his M5 Stuarts. And he's getting really close to this AT gun now. He reveals it. So my Cromwell 6 now has a target. Now originally I thought it was more over to the left. But what's going to happen is Betts' command M5A1 actually takes out the Boiter Cromwell, which is really nice. And then we're going to see my Cromwell help pin down the Pack 38. I've also got the 25-pounder coming in there with a shot as well. Going to remain fire positioning that area just to make sure I pick up that kill. On the right side of mid, motorized rifles being pinned down by a 258. You can see the Pack 38 kill there pops up, and I'm like pretty sure that that's dead now. So Betts is able to move up with his Stuarts a little further, and he hasn't actually lost one of them yet. He's also got an M8 Scott, and that's going to be helping him take care of the MG42 in the building. 6-pounder in the centre gets hit by a Panzerwerfer again. And those AT guns, we kept bringing them up throughout the game, but they just weren't lasting, that's for sure. By the way, Cromwell 6 or Cromwell 4 arrived, sorry, alongside the Cromwell 5. And we're going to be seeing a Cromwell 6 there as well. So the Cromwell triple combo going to be coming up against multiple Panzer 3s. So these Panzer 3s, one's a Panzer 3H, one's a Panzer 3M. Panzer 3M is actually 3-star veterancy. Panzer 3H is 2-star veterancy. By the way, it kills off one of Betts' M5 A1s, and it's now shooting at Betts' Scott. Panzerwerfer coming in again, this time to take out my 25-pounder. The Cromwell 6 manages to take out the building there, which is quite nice. And my Cromwell 4 and the Cromwell 5 are getting into this orchard to have a go at the enemy tanks here. So I managed to take out one of the Panzer 3s. But they do have a Boiter Firefly mixed in here. So that's going to kill my Cromwell. But we're still having a go at them. Myself and Betts are committing to this engagement. Cromwell 5s and the M4A1 going to help actually force that unit back, the Firefly there, but we're not getting the kill, so that was rather frustrating. We do have the 11 AP necessary to give us a little bit of penetration chance, but at max range it's going to be difficult for us, and every shot of his is going to be lethal. So that's a big deal. Like 16 AP versus 7 armor, yeah, he's going to win every time. By the way, going for the kill onto the MG42 there, if we can get rid of that, that gives us a good chance to push forwards. Just switch it back to my point of view, and you can see what sort of line of sight issues we were having. Do manage to take out another Panzer 3, but the Firefly is still very much alive. I'm going to continue the suppressing fire onto that to continue to make it fall back. This rifle squad was trying to run up the hedgerows just to make some ground for us. In the centre, scouts are coming up against an SPW-223, and, well, Val's being pushed very hard, because he's actually being put up against 2 players. He's got the AI attacking him on his right flank, and then he's got the 3rd Fallschirmjäger player pushing him through the town. So Val's having a pretty hard time, and I don't really have too much to support him at the moment. I've got AT guns, and I'm bringing those up for him, but other than that, it's pretty difficult. Though Cromwell is still trying to kill this MG42. I'm not entirely sure why they kept missing, but they did, as usual. brought up another Cromwell 6 and a Cromwell 5, and they're going to assist me as we try and push forwards. Panzer Grenadiers are going to be pushing through the forest here, and as soon as they reveal themselves, opened up upon by multiple machine guns and are going to be pinned down. Motorized rifles were killed trying to push to this orchard again. Yeah, and Val's still trying to hold off the right side of this town. Just got the rifles there, he's got the dingo there, it's got a 6-pounder that isn't doing too much because it probably was forced to fall back previously. It's pushing forwards with the ram now towards some of this infantry. So the M5 half-track here with the 30 cal, just helping pin down the Panzer Grenadiers basically forever. Fireflies going to be coming back and opening up onto my Cromwells. I now have 4 Cromwells, but not for long. This Firefly has arrived with its 1-star veterancy, and I'm just going to be forced to like fall back from that. And we also saw the Tiger coming up the road there. So this half-track, this was sacrifice. What I did was, because these guys are falling back, the tank will automatically target a unit that is not falling back. So I put the half-track there just so that he stopped firing at these Cromwells, because if he'd hit these Cromwells they would have died. So that was quite a trick there that you guys can learn. Either way, Cromwell 5 is still in line of sight of the Firefly, and that's not good. It's also in line of sight of a 3-star Tiger, and somehow the Tiger misses. That's Wittmann is on the field to spoil the day, and well, yeah, he's going to hit that Cromwell after so many shots, that's for sure. Cromwell 5's going for a cheeky try there. We're going to see the Cromwell 6 come around the corner as well. Firefly is going to miss its first shot, and I'm going to realise that my Cromwell 5 is engaging, so we're going to retreat from that engagement. So just these tank engagements, it was really hard, but it was really fun. Like, trying to use allied armour against heavy Axis armour was definitely a challenge, that's for sure. So Betz' M4A1's engaging the Panzer III, that's fine. But he's got to be worried about the Tiger pushing up to him, and as soon as that gets a shot off, it's likely to kill him, and it most certainly does. So my Cromwell's got hit by a Panzerwerfer strike, as usual. Universal Carrier going to get destroyed there by Wittmann. We're going to see Wittmann take out another half-track. He's literally just popping things left and right. His 3-star veterancy making him extremely accurate. All of my Cromwells at the moment, though, just falling back behind this tree line where they are safe. Or, well, in inverted commas, safe. Or quotation marks is probably a better way to put it. Otherwise, 17-pounder moving up in the middle of the map. And that's going to be assisting us in taking out the Firefly that was here. So we did manage to take that out in the end. Betz is also bringing over a Jumbo to help out. Jumbo's going to be taking out an AT gun there. And this is just us containing the AI in the middle and giving Val a break in that town. Meanwhile, we're still dealing with this large armour push. We've got the Firefly, the Tiger, and now a Pack 40 has joined the roster. There's now mate Scott sitting behind this tree line in a very, very precarious position. Going to be seeing Betz move up through here as well with his armoured rifles to take on this Panzer Grenadier unit. And the reason he was pushing that was just so that we could clean out the right side of the tree line and know that we're not going to be flanked from there, basically. So that was quite good that he had the infantry in that position. Either way, Cromwell's just going to continue to sit behind this tree line until they start to push up again. We don't need to engage them. I think we're roughly sitting at the halfway mark around here, so yeah, we're kind of losing this right side to a half-track and a couple of infantry squads probably. But it's not too bad. We've got a lot of ground on the left thanks to Romanis, and so therefore we can just sort of play safe on the right side. So the random teammate that joined our game, really, really good job to him. Did a fantastic job on this left side. Either way, Panzerwerfer coming in again. 25-pounder is going to get killed. Motorized rifle leader is going to be forced to fall back because HMG is on 1 health. Scott reveals itself, and well, Firefly is going to be approaching it alongside the Pack 40. Shooter's actually knocked out. I mean, Scott preferably would have shot at the Pack 40 then, but we're going to see that go up in a fuel explosion. But then M5 gun out of nowhere. Betts' 3-star M5 gun shoots the Firefly, it kills the Tiger, and I kill the 259. Then he's going to be continuing to attack the Pack 40 and kill that off as well. Kills off the recon car. Hits the 223. Let's just watch this thing just kill so many units. It was ridiculous. This thing came out of nowhere and just did so much damage. Hiding in this tree line here. Pop in all of these half tracks. But then Panzerwerfer. Panzerwerfer is going to come in, force him to be pinned down, and with the Firefly and the Tiger dead, it's time to charge with the Cromwells. So I'm straight in there. They're coming in with a huge push. Remember, this is actually from my perspective, so see how much we can actually see here. Mainly thanks to Betts' recon, but look how many units are coming towards us. How much of a flood came in. They tried to push forwards with the Firefly and Tiger, thought they had a decent position. The M5 gun comes in and spoils that. And now we're able to crush their push coming in. So a lot of infantry, a lot of half tracks. Just using my triple Cromwell combo to take them out. So the Cromwell's here, moving up together. Going to be taking on all those half tracks and infantry. So ideally we want to make all these guys surrender, but there is this command car here, so that's not going to let us just yet. The M5 gun was hit twice by a Panzerwerfer. The second Panzerwerfer actually took out my 17-pounder before it could do anything. Betts is going to do a good job of cleaning out the AT gun here that comes in to flank us, so that's great. But yeah, since I can't make these guys surrender without killing this 232, I'm going to be forced to like fast move up here to try and get that kill. Just letting my Cromwell 6 stay back and trying to kill off the 232, because if I can get that, then all of these guys will surrender if I charge a tank towards them. New command infantry coming in to support the Vickers here, but what's going to happen is the M5 is going to be bailed out. Cromwell 7 comes up to help out. I'm trying to get that out of range of the Panzerfaust. Panzerfaust actually goes for the kill onto the half track anyway. We're going to see a Sherman and a Firefly come in for myself. So Val's opponent now surrenders. That's the third Bolshevik player. Was not having a fun time against Val and Romanius. So that's another player down. I'm going to be seeing the Firefly and Sherman open up onto this building. So we're playing against the last two players on this time. On this side, Iskra and Malek. And then over on the left side, they're just playing against AI now. So we were really having a pretty hard time still. Cromwell 6 is going to be opening up against the Panzer 3 and the Panzer 4 here. But that's going to obviously die because it has no chance of killing either of those Panzer 3s. Panzerwerfer is going to come in and force my other Cromwells to fall back as well, so that didn't put me in a great position. Panzer Grenadiers aren't going to surrender, but my command squad does go down there. I'm lacking a little bit of infantry in this sort of forest area, but Betts is going to be bringing up some. He's also going to be bringing up his Calliope, and that's going to be hammering this tree line. Does take out the Panzergrens there, and we also managed to take out the Panzer 3 thanks to Betts' Jumbo. So I've now got the Firefly and the Sherman 5 to join my Cromwells. This Cromwell's been alive for so long that it's actually almost run out of AP shells. There, Jumbo's going to get another kill, this time onto the 258. Now we're going for the kill onto the Panzer 4. And if we can get rid of that Panzer 4, we have a good chance of pushing towards their Panzerwerfers. The track's broken, good job. And crew killed thanks to my Cromwell 7. So the Cromwell 7 is the 120.1111 tank. Got the camouflage turret there. It's kind of derpy, but Yeah, it has 11 armour, which is quite nice. So massive upgrade compared to the 7 armour of the normal Cromwells. Gonna have my Firefly and Sherman open up. Trying to take out this 232 still. LIP is going to be coming in onto that location. We're making our push back against the German armour. And it was really fun to see that this was actually possible. Mainly due to Betts' 76mm gun, which is now dead due to the Panzerwerfers. But either way, still making some good progress here. Got my units kind of spread out just in case another Panzerwerfer strike comes in. And I've also got a second Firefly on the way. But we did see, obviously, the Tiger coming up. So that's going to be approaching us through the field here. Bess is going to be trying to push through with his M3 half-track and his engineers. Just trying to make some ground into the next compound in these trees. And look at this coming in. This is a sign of things to come, let's just put it that way. Let's put it back to my point of view and we'll see how this pans out. So in the middle, Val's doing a good job of pushing back the double AI he was dealing with. He's lost a little bit of ground in the town, but he's more pushing on the right side of it now, so that will work. That's working out well for him. Bringing in his mosquitoes to bomb this side of the town anyway, so that's helping him out. And Romanius on this far left side, you know, he's just holding so well here. He's using the double 25 pounders. He's got a spread of the rifles here, and he's got a mix of these like MMG carriers and command carriers together, so he's obviously using those to run down infantry squads. By the way, I'm bringing up some rifles now. We're going to also see a HS-129 come in and go for the kill onto my Sherman 5. Actually, the B1 fails to kill off the Sherman 5, which was quite nice. I was really expecting that to die as soon as that plane came in, but he's going to evac it out of there. And continuing to come in with more infantry every minute. And the Sherman 5, well, finally goes down to an opponent tank here. So Panther G pops out of nowhere, kills my Sherman 5. And we're also going to be seeing another Panther here, and this is how I'm spotting these Panthers right now. Obviously I've already shown you guys these, but out of nowhere shots are coming, Panthers revealing themselves, and my Fireflies, Cromwells and so on just going down, and this is not good. Sherman's going to be going down there as well. We're just trying to do as much damage to these Panthers. They've all come in at the same time, and we're really having a hard time dealing with them. So Firefly's going to be coming up, engaging the Befell Panther. I'm really hoping that this Firefly can get at least one kill. Firefly misses. I get the fuel explosion with fully stressed Firefly. I don't know how that happened, but this Firefly, absolute hero there, taking out a Befell Panther. Really, really good job. That's exactly why I have him. And we did lose one Firefly, but we returned the kill. So Betts is going to be pushing up with his Jumbo, trying to engage the Panther and the Tiger here. But that Jumbo is going to go down very quickly. My Cromwell 7's in a very bad position. The rifles are being pinned down currently by elite Panzer Grenadiers. So I'm just trying to get out of there with what I got left. My Firefly here is trying to reverse, but he's got a transmission damage. 17 pounders moving up to take his place. So it's a lot of German armour, and it was nice to have like these proper like armoured engagements. I guess it's very different to what I'm normally used to. I generally play obviously infantry-based decks. I do really like the armoured divisions, and I love playing them, but they're just not as effective. By the way, 17 pound is going to open up onto the Panther G here, but the Panther G is just going to basically continuously hit my 17 pounder with every shot. We can see they're just Panther G's, 3 shots, 17 pounders dead. Nothing much I can do about that. Did do transmission damage onto one of the Panther G's, makes it a little less mobile, but either way, still really quite scary. Not too sure about what I have to do about this. Moving this Dingo over just to make sure that these rifles can't be surrendered. In the centre, 17 pounders arriving again. Val continuing his push with more rifles. Got the Kangaroos in there as well. They're still retaining the +1 throughout this game, but My god, was it a slog on mine and Betts' side of things. We were trying to push constantly against this armour, and every time we thought we'd made some progress, they just come back at us with even heavier armour than before. So this is a prime example of this. Panther Gs, Tiger E. We got SPW 232 providing them with the extra veterancy. And my rifle squad is going to end up being surrendered there because my dingo got killed by the Panzer Grenadiers. So now I'm forced to bring up my Achilles. Achilles being the other 16 AP powered tank that I have access to. Pack 40 is going to be shooting in my Firefly. And I'm just going to be targeting the Firefly onto the Pack 40 because that's the only way that he's going to survive. He has a transmission damage, so there's no way he's going to be able to drive around behind this tree line in time. So he is going to go down to the Pack 40 there. That was really unfortunate because Val was just coming in with the Mosquito a little bit too late there to pin it down for me. And that was a shame. I also brought in my own Tempest to try and get the pin so that I could get the Firefly out of there, but yeah, it was too late. The Firefly down. It's going to be consolidating my armor behind this tree line again. So we're going to be having to wait for the Panther G and the Tigers to roll on forwards. I have a 17 pounder in position waiting to get line of sight onto these tanks as well. Tempest still going for the kill onto the Pack 40 there. And I brought up another Firefly. So this is all I can do at this point. I'm just going to continuously bring up these 16 AP powered tanks just so that when I get to the point where I'm close enough, I can penetrate the opposing units. 17 pounder is going to take out a Tiger. Really good start. We're going to see Betts' Jumbo though take on a Panther G here. Focke-Wulf 190 comes in and bombs my 17 pounder. Going to shoot him down with the Tempest, but just that little bit too late, losing another valuable asset to my push. And with that bomb actually hitting my Achilles as well, it's forced to fall back. The Jumbo just taking loads of hits. I'm trying to use this opportunity to get some shots onto the Panther G. I want to support Betts' Jumbo. As long as it basically is being shot at, I have a good chance of getting my units on target. Firefly's going to take out a recon vehicle there, and we are going to see some bombs come down onto the Panther G. So yeah, just trying to get line of sight onto any of these vehicles really. This is a 2-star Firefly, so it should be rather accurate. But this Panther G was being real tricky. It kept reversing out line of sight of my Firefly. We're also going to be seeing the HS-129 come in there alongside the Focke-Wulf 190. The Focke-Wulf 190 did a lot of morale damage, and then the ME-109 comes in with its rockets and does even more. HS-129 going to be flying about... I don't think it actually got a kill on anything, but the Jumbo's dead now. And we're just going to be seeing that flying around freely. So Firefly is continuously going for the engagement onto the Panther Gs, but one of the Panther G was the only Panther G that was not panicked. One shot's my Firefly, so that really didn't end up very well. B1's run out of ammunition, so just strafes my units as it goes past. Now I'm relying again on the Achilles and the Cromwells and so on. Tempest's going to come in for the kill onto the HS-129. Doesn't manage to get it. However, Betts comes in with the Mustang, finishes them off. Lovely jubbly. The Betts has another 76mm gun. Hoping that this one can make as much of a difference as the last one did. It does hit one of the Panther Gs. It's going to be going for the shot onto the second one before artillery is starting to come in. Continuously taking its shots. Trying so hard to take out this Panther G. Achilles helps out as he gets in range. Another bounce.
We can't take this anymore.
This was nerve-wracking, and we really needed to kill these Panther Gs as best we can. Over here, my rifle is getting hit by multiple artillery. We're going to see the fuel explosion of a Panther as it came up against some motorized rifles, or it might have even been Betts' 76mm gun here.
Stay low.
And finally, the M5 gun gets a kill onto the Panther G. And my Achilles is still opening up onto the half track there. Also targeting these Panzer Grenadiers on the right side, but that's being hit by half-track the 30 cal, and I've got a rifle squads running towards them now. So all these rifles, they're basically here to try and clear out this tree line. If we can get back the tree line, we can start pushing through AT guns again. Betts' M5A1 is taking out the 232. It is going to come into a line of sight of the Panther G if he's not careful. But the Panther G still being hit hard by the M5 gun and my Cromwells. Cromwell's all having a go. The Achilles is opening up from max range as well, and finally there, the M5 gun's going to get its kill, and then the Panzerwerfer spoils the day and kills off our M5 gun again. So Betts losing that. These Panzerwerfers, we really wanted to get rid of them, but we just couldn't. We were hoping that at one point, when we broke through, that we'd be able to rush around and kill them, but there just wasn't enough time before they brought in the heavies again. By the way, our teammate Romanius is going to be bringing in the Spitfires here to help shoot down the ME-109. Really nice job. He's also going to be bringing us up a 17 pounder, so was really working with us well throughout this game. He was not only winning his side quite substantially, I mean he's not moving too many troops here now, but he's basically held his front line way far forwards to allow us to have a +1 throughout the game. And now he's even brought us a 3-star 17 pounder to help finish off some of this, some of these aircraft. My Tempest is going to be taking out 2 ME-109s there with the help of Val's Mosquitoes and Romanius's Spitfire Mark 9s. So with this Panther G falling back, the Cromwells are charging forwards once again. You can just see how many shots these guys have taken. Look how damaged these guys are, it's ridiculous. Typhoon AT is going to kill the 232, and we're going to see an ME-109 come in for an engagement onto my Tempest. Now, there was a lot of AA on the opposing side of things now, so my Tempest going to get hit hard here by the ME-109. Just trying to hope that that gets out of there in time. Just about manages it. So that was rather lucky of us. Engagement still continuing. In the tree line here, M5 half-track supporting the attack of the motorised rifles at close range. These pioneers had used up their grenades. Cromwell 7 goes down to the Panther G. So 2 of my Cromwells have since died, but we now have 17 pounders on the case alongside a jumbo from Betts, but this is presenting a lovely Panzerwerfer target, but instead the Panzerwerfer is going to go for the shots onto the engineers there. Going to see the lightning come in and pin down the Panzergrens and actually force them to surrender, so that was a nice strike from Betts' P-38. Romani is going to be coming in with his Spitfire Mark 9, but that's going to be forced to fall back before it can drop its payload. ME-109 coming in with the rocket strike onto the Calliopes, but that's not going to prove to do too much. Seeing Val's Mosquito come in there as well. Going to be trying to engage the ME-109. We have a lot of 50 cals on the ground now. Again, Panzerwerfer. Going to be using a couple rockets to try and snipe a 17 pounder there. Got an Achilles and a Firefly left alongside this Cromwell 6. So the Cromwell 6 is just on a follow order of the Achilles. And that means that you'll never be in range, in theory, of the Panther G to be taken out. So the command radius should always remain there. And that just allows me to move up these 1,200 meter range vehicles or tanks and engage the Panthers from max range as well. But yeah, this has been a pretty chaotic battle. We're still winning. And in the center we do take out a Panther here as well. Panthers falling all over the map. But it's just been such hard work. Obviously moving into phase C you would expect the Axis side of things to win the game. And I think that my opponents definitely did a decent job throughout the game. But they just kept putting pressure on in the same place. Maybe if they'd switched their focus more to the far right, it would have been better. Obviously there's AT guns here, but they haven't really had much trouble with AT guns thanks to their Panzerwerfers. Whereas trying to push through here, there's just so much, so many problems that come with like trying to bypass this strong point. They could have maybe even directed some of their Panthers to the center of the map and pushed through there instead. But either way, we're just continuing to
Get down!
hit them straight on. My Firefly and Achilles engaging their Panther there, and I think on our side of things we'd made the right decisions trying to push once we'd taken care of their push. Like we fell back, sort of draw them into a trap, hit them with those AT guns. Like Betts' AT guns just doing an amazing job throughout this game, and then them trying to push back after that, like the counterattack was perfectly fine, I think. But then when they tried to attack again with those Panthers, yeah, they had to clean up what we already had coming their way, but I feel like they could have also diverted sort of units elsewhere. But that AT gun that Betts brought in, that was just really good timing. I think that was like the main turning point in this game, because that was kind of when they were going for the big old push. You saw like all of the units flooding in their half tracks, and we managed to counteract that quite nicely, which was great. By the way, my tank's moving forwards here, but they're all, you know, low on morale, so I can't really support Betts' jumbos right now because one shot will just force my guys to fall back, and they're not accurate enough to kill Panthers in one shot. So I'm having a bit of a predicament here. I really want to help Betts' jumbos, but they're just constantly being like falling back, and well, there goes my Achilles. That was thanks to, I think, the Panther G. Just straight up one banged that with no veterancy, so yeah, wasn't really too much I could do about that. And we're going to see one of the jumbos go down there as well. Either way, Mosquito coming in, and we're getting pretty close to victory here. 2,330 points in our favour. Humber Mark III is going to be going for the kill onto the Panther G, assisted by the 17-pounder. One of the 17-pounders was Panzerwerfer already, but that 17-pounder is still very much alive and going to take out one of the Panther Gs. So, payback on that kill. Humber Mark III is going to be killed. Firefly is going to be going for a shot onto the Panther G. Thunderbolt's coming in to kill off some infantry there, and well, Firefly paying off again as it kills off a Panther G. So a couple of my Fireflies did a good job in this game, killing off Panthers. I'm going to see an ME-109 though come in. Going to be forcing that to fall back. My Tempests come out of nowhere, and goodbye to that. ME-109 shot down. Almost crashes directly into my half track, but here we're going to see the Calliopes open up onto the opposing artillery, and after 40 minutes the game ends, and we didn't quite hit the 2,500 points mark, but what a game, what a game. It was so fun. If we jump over to the team perspective, we can see that myself, 3,665 kills to 3,080 losses, so incredibly attritional, and Betts 3,060 kills to 2,755 losses. Us trying to use our allied armour to take on those Panthers and Tigers and so on was crazy. Marek actually getting a positive kill death ratio on the opposing side of things, 2,910 kills to 2,490 losses. Great honourable mention there. Iskra, again, great opponent on our side of things. It was a shame that I think Zara disconnected, and then Low Radar gave up when he had lost an awful lot of troops. AI obviously taking over there and making matters worse, but either way, great job to my teammates, Romanius especially. The random guy joined our team. He did the best out of all of us. 3,580 kills to 1,145 losses. Really, really good job. And then our opponents, again, great job. Really, really nice game. And we're going to see in terms of kills, Cromwell 6 took out a couple of Pack 38s, which was nice. We're going to see the 6-pounders there, taking out multiple APCs. This Command Cromwell took out a Panzer III and a Befehl Panzer III, which is a nice payoff for that Cromwell. This Cromwell picking up multiple kills as well. I mean, all of my Cromwells did relatively well. Then we're going to see this Firefly took out one of the Panzerwerfers. And this Cromwell took out a Panzer IV, again, pays itself off. Tempest shot down multiple planes. This Firefly took out Befehl Panther, 17-pounder takes out Tiger E. And this is pretty much the story of the game. Again, 17-pounder Panther D, Firefly Panther G. Making your units pay off in this scenario is exactly what you need to win the game. And although, in general, the pressure from the Axis side is a lot worse than the Allies in Phase C, you can hold them off if you play it intelligently, like letting them push in like that, like we were. You know, letting the Panthers come forwards, hiding all my tanks behind the tree line, just not letting them get killed. And then as soon as we ambush them, push back, like that's exactly the way you should be, like trying to deal with the Phase C Axis armor. So that was quite a nice demonstration of that. Either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed this game. I absolutely loved this one. It was really, really fun to play. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.